Uh-oh. I don't know if you guys heard about Good Smile. So Good Smile is a company that makes like little figurines and stuff, usually pretty cute. And they held a contest not too long ago. And guess what happened? They had submissions for their new MIKU, and it looks like one of the winners that's going to be a model is AI generated. Of course it is. Of course it is. And because of course it is, we're going to have a little chat about it and talk about it a little bit. So I found out about this over on Twitter. So let's go over to Twitter and investigate the problem. So this is the original thing here where it says an illustration contest, 8 winners, cute X subculture, and it shows a few Mikus. Here's one, pretty cute, and then here's another one, also cute. We're just gonna go look through some of them so you guys can see kind of what people were supposed to be submitting. Here's another one, pretty cute. I like these. I like these little like puffy shoes, kind of cute. Get out of here. All right, so we're going to go to the one that's AI generated because there's so many here. We're just going to go only to the one that actually matters. This one. Now this one is the problem. So we're going to save it and let's look into it. All right, so right away, it's kind of hard to see things, but as you start looking into the details, it starts getting a little bit weird. Like, what's going on with this shoe? What is this? And why doesn't it match this one? Why does this one have a wing? And what is this? This is supposed to be a depressor, right? For, like an injection, right? But when you go down, it doesn't actually match. See, like, here would be the middle of it. So this should actually be wider. This should be pushed back a little bit more. And her hearts go upside down for some reason, even though all of the other ones are right side up. So this eye is bleeding a little bit. There's this issue with this wing here. And I mean, you can just tell in general that there's something wrong with this, obviously from just us chatting here. Because if you look here too, these are not straight. I'd be willing to forgive this if this was the only issue because, artists do be lazy sometimes. But I'm not buying these fucking shoes. Like, how are you supposed to, what is this? Where's the wing on this side? It just goes socks into high heels. Like, it doesn't even do that on this one. So I'm just finding it hard to believe that this is a winner. And I went over to the quote retweets, and people are like, it's AI. No way an AI submission got an award. The use of AI is prohibited in expressing important factors in the selection process by the organizer, include how to depict our characters, whether the organizer's aim is to blah, 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 blah. They have removed this winner. They have to remove this winner. It's literally in their policy. Can't believe an AI piece won. They got an extremely talented artist as one of the judges. How did they not catch it? This is the thing, like, I feel like, okay, you have to start, if you're holding a contest, listen, like, in general, companies, whatever. If you're having, like, a contest, you have to start having people that can look at AI images and be able to tell them apart. If you can't do that, then maybe you don't hold the contest, because it doesn't do anything or anyone any good if you're just going to make an AI a winner because the people who are on the team can't tell AI from not AI, right? And so, like, the second thing is that when you start looking into this person, they only have, this is it. This is all they do. They have 2 generated works, which also, I mean, it looks generated to me. I'm going to take a screenshot here and we're going to, oh, can I just download it? Nope, I can't. Dang it. Because when we look at their second piece, it's again where the shoes don't match, and why would you draw like is this these are supposed to be roses? You see where here it's bleeding into the other stuff. All of this right here is bleeding. It's just not well done. It's hard to understand what's going on with this coat. Also, these little things on the sides don't match this here. Also, his eyes are like, his one eye's looking this way. His one eye other like is looking at you. So the eyes are off. And the microphone just breaks at some point. Like, where's the other part? That might be intentional, but it's also like, I can tell that this art style is probably stolen from someone as a Laura, using probably Stable Diffusion or Flux or Illust or whatever. And I'll give credit to another person who did a video on this. They believe that the art style that they stole is this Ask Z, I can't, oh my god, I can't say it, but you get it. This looks like their works. This is a Laura made from their art. And if you guys don't know what a LoRa is basically where someone would take only your art and make a smaller model and then put that as an add-on so that when they are generating images, it would generate through as that style. And as you can see, this is PixAI, which is very common for AI users to use, where they'll go here, use this style, and then maybe trace or whatever they're going to do. Here we go. LoRa containing Civet AI. So this is how you know people can just come over here, grab their favorite artist style, and then generate in that style. So, but I believe that they used this one from PixAI because the PixAI one is really similar to the OG. So I believe that they used this one over the other ones. And I know that you can hide your generations probably with a paid account. So another one of the problems is that this isn't a publicly voted contest. It's done by industry professionals. So you would think that industry professionals would be really scrutinizing these works to make sure that none of them are AI, but apparently not. It's just pretty disappointing to hear that industry professionals can't tell AI when I feel that they absolutely should be able to. But I did misread something. It looks like that because it wasn't the main winner, that it won't be made into a figure, but it still does get money, which is, the thing is like, oh my god, like, if someone is literally like no history and then they just show up having all of these random, overly complicated pieces, maybe, just maybe, these images were generated by AI. There's no history. I mean, I know that people do get on people for using AI and stuff on Twitter a lot, and that's just part of how it is now. That's just part of how it is now. You have to go by how long people have been online. You can't show up online and have a suddenly amazing artworks that look like they were done by an industry professional. Like, that's not gonna work. That's never worked. It's always figured out because there's just always some shit wrong with it, even if it's detailed. This is how I think this person did it. I think what this person did was they did the basic pose because you can take your sketch and then put it into AI and then have AI finish it. I think what they did is they just did the basic pose because I know that on Stable Diffusion /Flux, there is a poser, right? But I don't think that poser would work with that specific pose, considering it's like crossing the legs and it's like up in the air kind of thing. So I think the person did the basic pose, right? Put it in AI, typed in what they wanted, and then maybe fixed it a little bit because some of the things, like let's look at it one more time. I want to look at it one more time. Okay. All right. So when they have their legs crossed like this, the thing is that I feel that this pose is just weird, kind of, in general. This pose is just kind of weird, but it's overly complicated. But I think when I think of how this person did it, they probably just drew all this and then just let it, whatever happens. But maybe they had some idea of what they were doing, because like, okay, so one of the, you know what, actually they do have a little bit more than what I was seeing the first time, because when you look over here, see right here, like, one of the big AI tells is like hair going and looping back into itself. And it has that here where the hair doesn't make sense, right? So the hair goes like this and it's supposed to curl, but like when you look right here, like, where is this? It just goes up into nothing, even though there's a space here. Like, it goes down like this and then up. Like, this is actually added on. They probably added these for fun. And it's just like, where's the hair going? Where's the hair going? What's, like, obviously the shoe, the fact that the shoes don't match. Here's this right here. This is also an issue. What else? What else can we find in that image? I also think this part right here, I think this is a little bit weird. I don't know why. I just think that there's something wrong about the way that this hovers over. And this stuff here, like, I feel like they forgot to erase it, because I'm not sure what all this liquid is supposed to be doing. Like, if the liquid's coming out, why is the liquid in the air over here and over here? Like, I feel like they just didn't erase it. Like, what else? There's also some here, and there's like nonsensical whatever. I mean, that could be a choice. That could be a choice. But I feel like if we had a bigger picture, maybe we'd be able to know what's going on here. But I think what's supposed to happen was, because this is not even, like, you couldn't even walk on these because they bend in. I think this was supposed to go up, and then it was supposed to be pink, but there's this shadow here that it doesn't make sense, because if the light's coming from here, her shoe down here should have a shadow. Like, this shouldn't be in the light at all if it's coming from up here. Why is all this light down here? I don't know why they picked this. Like, the thing about AI is that it's supposed to look like professional level works, but it has amateur level mistakes. Like, mistakes that a professional would never make. Like, they would never, like, this shoe is so far over that there should be a significant shadow right here and a wing. I'm not gonna let that wing go. But yeah, what I'm gonna suggest is that anyone who sees this, I'm gonna put a link to the original Twitter, and I'm gonna put in the box ways to contact them, because they definitely need to be contacted and told that this is AI, because it definitely is. This person would have to show their time lapse, or I don't even know well, maybe their layers. I would need to see their layers, and I would need to ask them questions, because obviously what they've shown is not enough. It's kind of bullshit in my opinion. And I feel like they just took someone's style and they decided that they would submit with that style, because those little fucking AI bros, you know what? Oh man. Ooh, I could just get so freaking frustrated. Those AI motherfuckers, they really, really, really like getting into contests and then winning and getting the money so they can use it for something else. And they love, like, there's something, like, listen, if there's an AI bro watching this right now, this is what I don't understand. Why do you think it should be an art? It should be an art medium. If it's an art medium, like you say it is, and it's your expression, why do you need to hide that it is? No one in the history of Everary has ever hidden the type of artwork that they do and how they make it. Only AI bros want to do that. Only AI motherfuckers want to do that. They're the only people I've ever seen that want to hide the methodology of how the work was created. They want you to believe that they did this by hand. And by hand, it's a technicality where it's like, well, I did the sketch. I put it in AI. What do you think? Or it's that shit where it's like, hover around where, I don't know. I saw this one where someone was just putting some colors in some places and then boom, there it is. It's a fucking finished piece. I just don't understand how this is supposed to be like, oh my goodness, this is my personal style. Like it would be like if I took Loish's style on Civet AI, generated a bunch of pieces, and then put it up on my Instagram, was like, oh my god, look at me guys, I'm such a cool artist, what do you think? Like, what? Alright, I'm done with this bullshit. I want to know what you guys think. Please share this around, because this has not made the rounds yet. This is very new information, so share it around, show people. This person needs to not be getting any money for their AI generated work. No money, fuck off, you don't deserve it. Use AI, fuck you, fuck AI. Subscribe to my channel and join my Patreon, damn it. Okay, if you want to support the channel. Alright, I'll see you next time, guys, and peace out. I'll see you on the live stream. I don't know what we'll talk about. If you guys have a topic you want to discuss, let's discuss it. Leave a comment on what you want to discuss. See you later.